Hey everybody, my name's Chris with Simple Tech and welcome to this week's Simple Tech Tips, helping you take the stress out of IT. In this week's episode, we are going to be discussing the dock in macOS. And with that, we're going to be talking about what is the dock, in addition to how to open items on that dock, dock quick keys, adding, removing, and rearranging items on your dock, as well as customizing it to meet your needs. So if you're all set sitting at your computer and ready to go, let's get started. All right, so let's talk about what is the dock. So the dock is quick access to applications that you want to use on a regular basis. Think of them as being pinned down at the bottom of your screen. So if you see them down here, it starts with Finder on the left and concludes with Trash all the way on the far right side. So this first section here where you see Finder, Launchpad, Safari, all the way down just before Google Chrome, where this bar is right here that I'm kind of hovering over. So those are the ones, your most frequently used applications. Those can be customized in any way, and we'll get to that. To the right of that are your recently used applications. So you can see three of them that I've recently opened up: Stocks, Microsoft Word, and Google Chrome. And those have been three that I've opened up recently. If I were to open up something that did not belong here on this left side, it'll show up in this recent section, and one of these older ones would just kind of get kicked out and leave. Next to that, you have your productivity apps, or your productivity section. So every Mac comes with it with downloads being down there. And the downloads gives you quick access to anything you download from the internet. So Safari, Google Chrome, they're all set to default to that location whenever you download something. Next is your trash can, which is right next to it, right? So when you click on your trash can, it opens it up and you can see what's in your trash before you delete it if you'd like. You could add other folders down here into this location that you might want to have quick access to for productivity purposes, such as your documents folder. Or maybe you use a syncing service such as Dropbox. So you can put your Dropbox folder down there. So it's just quick access to those items that you might want to use. Now, to open items in your dock, everything down here is just simply a single click. So if I were to open up contacts just by clicking on it one time, it's just going to open up contacts, right? Same with whatever other things you might want to open. So pages, the app store, whatever it may be, those are all single item clicks. Now, some of the fun things that you could do with these items down there is, let's say you wanted to open this document that I have in the top right hand corner. It says click to subscribe. So click to subscribe. I can drag that down onto Microsoft Word down here in my dock, and Microsoft Word will know to open that application. So this is a great tool to use when you're attaching documents, maybe to an email. So I don't have the email set up on here, but if I were to take that document down, drop it on the mail program down here in my dock, a new mail message would automatically be created with that document attached to it. So at that point, all I got to do is fill out who it's going to, the subject line, and whatever I want to write in the message, and hit send. But the attachment piece is already taken care of for us. I got this sample PDF here. It's just a W4. But if I drag that and I drop it on Google Chrome is a PDF viewer as well. And you can see it opens up that document right there for us to visually see right away. So a couple different ways you can open things on the dock. If you have a specific application that you're trying to open up, then you could do it with that document. You could just drag and drop that document onto that item in your dock, or you can single click on any of those. Actually, I probably should have left some of these open because I'm going to show you something else that's kind of fun too. So let's open up a few. So let's talk about some quick keys. One of the things that can happen really quickly when you're opening a lot of applications on a Mac is that you get a bunch of different windows that are open and overlaid over each other. And that can sometimes just get a little cluttered. Now, if you were to actually be holding down the Option and Command key on your keyboard when you click on one of these items, so I'll just do Notes because Notes is kind of buried back there. What you'll notice is when I did that, it hid everything else I had open. So I had reminders, contacts, calendar, I don't know, let's get Word back open in there. So we got all these open. Again, Option, Command, hold those two keys down and click on an application. I'm going to do calendar here. You can see it hides everything else when you do that. That's great to eliminate distractions if you're working on an application, and just to kind of keep your windows clean so it's not so confusing when you're navigating there on your machine. Another quick cool thing that's easy to do is if you don't have a right click set up on your mouse or your trackpad, if you actually hold the control key down on your keyboard, it actually acts the same way, and you can single click, and you can get all these additional options that you have for keeping it in the dock, opening it login, showing in the finder. So for instance, if I were to do open it login, what that means essentially is that every time I log into my user or my computer, that application will automatically open up for me. So as an example, I use the calendar every day. So I have my calendar automatically open up every single time, and this is how I set it. There's other things that you can do too, as well as control clicking and saying, for instance, in Microsoft Word, open recent. You can easily get to your recent files. And in options, you can see again, I could do keep in dock. And when I did that, you'll see down here that it left the recent section and added itself to the more permanent section that's down there. And so now Microsoft Word will stay down there all the time, even when it's quit, and it won't move anywhere. So that brings us to the next thing. How do we add and remove items from the dock? So for me, the easiest way to do it, just drag and drop. I find that to be the easiest tool to use. So as an example, I just added Microsoft Word. Sorry, Microsoft, but I'm not a big Word user. I prefer Pages. So I am just going to drag that off my dock. And you can see as I hold it there, the word remove comes up. So that just means when I let go, it's gone. It doesn't mean the application's disappeared from the computer. It's still there for me to use. It's just not taking up space down on my dock at the bottom. Now, if you wanted to add something, you could either go to your applications folder. So clicking on your Finder and Applications, you can see you got all these beautiful things in here. So let's find Microsoft Word again. I can just drag that back down. And as I drag it down, you can see the applications are making room for that. And all I got to do is let go. And now it's been added back to the dock. Pardon me. Now, to rearrange items, you do the same thing. You just simply drag them left and right. So if you want to have a method to your madness and how you like to have your dock organized, like I have all my communication stuff on the left of my dock. So for instance, my mail, my messages, my internet, web browser and all that good stuff. And then my productivity apps, so things like Pages, Numbers, Keynote. So I have things grouped kind of in sections. All you got to do is just drag things around and you can reorganize your dock. Now let's talk about some of the more fun things that you can do on your dock. A lot of people work a little bit differently. So for me as an example, I like to see my dock all the time, but that might be distracting for you and maybe you want to hide it. So if we go into our system preferences, and if it's not down on your dock currently, you can always find your system preferences up here in the Apple logo in the top left-hand corner. What we can do then is in this section here, the second row down, you got dock and menu bar. So when we go in here, there's a lot of different options for the dock. So we're just going to highlight a few of them. So first and foremost is just the size. So you can see if I just drag the slider around, it adjusts the size. I like mine a little bit smaller, but I also have magnification turned on. Currently magnification, you can see with the little check is not there, is not turned on. So if I put a check there, now when I hover, you can see how it magnifies my dock. So I can see what's going on, but I can keep my dock small so I can maximize my desktop space. Positioning it on the screen, as you can, pretty self-explanatory. Right now it's on the bottom. You want it left, now it's jumped over here to the left side. Or if you want it on the right, now it's jumped over here on the right side. It's whatever really floats your boat in that particular case. I like mine at the bottom. Now, some other things that you can see, automatically hide and show. That's a great feature for people, like I was saying earlier. I don't like to see it all the time, or maybe I do want to see it. You just bring your mouse down to the bottom and it pops back up there for you. Right? Show indicators for open applications. That's all these little black dots that you have at the bottom that you might not notice. Those little black dots are applications that are currently open. So we still have notes, reminders, and contacts open. So if I right click on it or the control click, I can quit it. So contacts is now quit, and you can see that little black indicator light is now gone. Show recent applications in the dock, that's this section here. If you don't want to see those, just uncheck it and they disappear. See, you can see when I check it again, I bring it back, nothing shows, but not until I actually open an application. So we can go in there, just open books, and now you can see the recent section has returned. Of course, I open an application that I haven't opened before, so I gotta do that. But those are some of the ways that you can customize it, and you got this fun little section here. Double clicking a Windows title bar to zoom, that'll just make it bigger or smaller. So it's just really convenient there for you to have. But this is found in your system preferences for the dock and menu bar. Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with all of our future videos, and click the thumbs up to let us know if you like this video. We also want to hear from you, so use the comments section below if you have any questions on our video or have videos that you'd like to see us create. We would love to make something pertinent to you, and thanks for watching.